Is my milk kefir that has been sitting for 24 hours. That's what I've found to be the optimal time for my house and the room temperature that we maintain. It's usually about, lately we've been keeping it at around 74 degrees. So 24 hours has worked really well for me. So then I have, so you can see here, it looks lumpy on top. That is because the milk has become fermented and the kefir grains have risen to the top. Then I have my clean jar. I'm going to strain it through this metal strainer. It's a myth that you can't use any metal utensils when you're working with kefir grains. This is stainless steel. I'm not worried about anything leaching from it, and it's in there briefly. It's just straining through. I scoop it out and all is well. And I have this little spatula. You can use a spoon, doesn't matter. And then I have organic milk. It is not ultra high pasteurized milk. You can use raw milk, you can use goat milk, any dairy milk. You just don't want anything that's ultra pasteurized. So that is what I use. And so hold on, let me flip my video. Can I do that? All right, I'm not good with this, but bear with me. So make sure you can see. Okay. I give it a little stir to mix it starts to separate. Things start to separate, so I give it a little stir so that it'll strain easier. And then I'm gonna pour it right in. Looks chunky, that's the grains. Oh, of course, I'm videotaping this, so I would make a mess. But I normally don't. I normally don't at all. Because I'm that good. No, it's just so easy. But the way I'm holding the camera. Alright, I'm gonna pause this for a second. So I use this to stir it and scrape the bottom of the strainer. Are you okay, baby? I got a little helper woke up. She's gonna help me. Anyways, I scrape the strainer just to get things moving through it quicker. And just keep going and keep going. I'll show you what it's looking like in here. See, it starts to get a little thicker. Okay, just keep going, keep scraping. So I've strained the kefir. You know, it's a little thick in here right now, but it's not really going to drain out more. You see it looks almost kind of like a ricotta cheese, and there's a big clump right here. These are all grains, so you're going to have some that are big clumps, like little pieces of cauliflower, and then you're going to have some that are little. This is why you use a fine mesh strainer. It can be nylon, it can be stainless steel, but this is why you want it to be fine. You don't want a colander because it has big holes, and you're going to lose those tiny little grains through the big holes. Those little ones are strong, they're new, they're the babies. You don't want to lose those. Those are going to grow. They help culture your milk, so you want to keep them. I don't normally rinse mine. Every now and then I'll rinse my grains, but I will right now just to show you and give you a better look at them. So turn it to cold water. Yeah, it's not, some people say you shouldn't, but it's all good. So you can see how much is actually the grains and what is thick kefir. So you can see it's pretty good look right there. You know, and those are grains. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these back into the clean jar. And turn the water off. So I'm gonna scrape these out, and I'm gonna put them, not the clean jar, I'm gonna put them in the jar that I used originally. So I strained the kefir that was sitting for 24 hours, and I put it into the clean jar. Then I take the kefir grains and I put them right back into the jar that I was using before. It's that easy. Okay, so I had to skip ahead because it's hard to do it with one hand, but scraped them out of the strainer, put them into the old jar, and now I'm just going to fill it back up with milk. See, and that's what it looks like right there. And that's good. And so, this is the new kefir. This is the old one. And what I like to do is, so this is set for 24 hours already. We just removed the grains. What I like to do now is I put a tight lid on it. Beforehand, you want it to have a breathable lid so the kefir grains can breathe. That's going to help it ferment. But now, after the grains are gone, I put a tight lid on there. Now what this is going to do is I'm going to set it out for 6 to 12 hours, and it's going to ripen. It's called a second fermentation, and it gets a little bit fizzy. So if you've had store-bought kefir before, you know that it's a little bit carbonated, and it's a natural occurrence. So I leave it out. It improves the flavor too. It cuts down on the sourness. It just improves it overall. So this is gonna set, before I go to bed tonight, I'll put it in the refrigerator. So this new one, like I said, it needs to breathe. So to do this, you can put cheesecloth over the top. You can even do a paper towel. And I've been kind of lazy lately, and that's what I've been doing. So I just take a paper towel, and you can secure it with an elastic, but let me see if I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Oops. Okay, I just wanted to show you what I do. I put a paper towel on the top, and I just tighten it up. This is like a paper clip my kids brought home from school, so I just tighten it up. You just don't want any bugs or anything creeping in there. Not that I have bugs crawling around, but so it's on there good, and I leave this for 24 hours. So when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm gonna do what I just showed you all over again. And so you just are making kefir every day so you don't run out. If you wanted to take a break, you're just gonna put the grains in fresh milk in a jar, and you're gonna leave them in the refrigerator. And because they like to live off the sugars in the milk. So I hope that this video helps you. I just wanted to show how simple it is, that you don't need any special tools. It's just easy. You just leave it out.
Hi, I just had a few things that I wanted to add that I felt like shouldn't be left out, some information and tips. So one of the things I wanted to say is that the reason some people recommend not rinsing the grains in between batches is because leaving that kefir with the grains, it helps kickstart the next batch. I can't really say my experience with that because I rinse them here and there, so I haven't really noticed a difference, but it can't hurt to not rinse them. So there's that. Another thing I wanted to say is you can buy the kefir grains online, but your kefir grains multiply. The more you use them, the longer you use them, they're going to grow. So you're going to end up with a lot. Therefore, there are a lot of people out there who are trying to give away their extra grains because they don't want to just throw them away because they're awesome. So if you look online, I'm sure you can find people to get grains from. What else? Oh, second fermentation. So after I've drained the grains from the kefir, you can say it either way. And I put the tight lid on. Before I put the lid on, you have the option of flavoring it in your second fermentation. So some people will you could put ginger, you could put orange peels, really any fruit, you can put that in there and it will flavor it. I usually just don't. I leave it plain, and then when I go to drink it, I put a drop or two of stevia in it just to make it more palatable. But have fun with it. There's so much you can do with it. You can make kefir cheese from straining out the whey. If you leave it longer, it starts to really separate. You can see a lot of whey in there. There's so much you can do with the whey. You can culture vegetables. You can make kefir soda, which is so good. So lots of good things, and it's so good for you. So I hope you do it. Thank you.